All right, we should be live. Hi, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Mystic Sisters 7/12/2025. Thank you so much for coming. I had earlier put down, go ahead and put your WTF questions in there. And we got a couple. I wrote them down and we're definitely going to honor them. So thank you so much for joining in and joining us on this Saturday night from lovely Chicago.
And lovely Wareham, Massachusetts. A beautiful day here today.
We had a good day.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it the temperature was up there, but it wasn't so humid that it was heavy, but it still felt like not hazy. It wasn't like a hazy kind of feeling, but chalky. I had this chalky thing going on all day. And it was kind of weird because it's a Saturday and that's not typical.
Not a typical Saturday flavor, huh?
Not a Saturday flavor. And then it was, well, maybe it's not really so humid outside. And then it just kind of went away. So I don't know like what is, what's going on in the thing. But I know the Saturn Neptune is really messing with me.
Well, get used to it.
I think we got to mess back or build an altar or something. So if any of you all are feeling like your time is different, like half the day feels like a Sunday night and the other half feels like Friday.
It seems for me it's really hard to keep time. I don't know what time it is most of the time. Like,
yes,
unless it's dark out, I'm like, oh, it must be night. But it just and I think that's part of the Saturn going retrograde.
Absolutely.
Right. It's so close to Neptune. It's been close to Neptune this whole time. Now it's going to be moving backwards, and then Neptune moves backwards.
Yeah, let us know. And Christine says, I'm a Cappy too, and I concur. It's absolutely happening where you're sort of like slipping in and out and you don't really remember a whole lot. My cousin, honest to God, called in sick on Thursday, thought it was Friday, and then he had to backpedal. She's like, oh no, I wanted Friday off. What's going on?
No.
And like, you set your alarm where you wake up in the middle of the night and you think it's time to get to work, and you get in the shower and you realize it's like 1:00 in the morning. One of those deals. So yeah, there's a lot of that sort of slipping through and trying to adjust, and a lot of ringing in the ears sort of thing, but I don't know.
And a lot of sirens. Oh no, that's you. Never mind.
This is a general weekend rotation of sirens, I'm sure, but definitely a lot of like going in and out of that kind of thing. That's why I think music, I have my earbuds in all the time, can drown that out. And it actually, I feel like I have more equilibrium if I'm tuning my brain into something else.
Right. Well, I don't live in a city, right? I live in a relatively small town. It's not really small, but and compared to Chicago, it's teeny weeny, right? But even here, the amount of sirens that pass. Of course, we're on the way to the Cape, so we're by the highway, and there's a lot of people going on vacation. There's a lot of car accidents, and it's Massachusetts. If anyone's had the opportunity to drive here, you know what I'm talking about.
It's busy on the weekends. There's a lot of activity, especially on a nice weekend when you've had a lot of rain and then you get this break and there's, people have paid their fees and they're all like, oh, they're all out there doing stuff. I'm going to get you his little thing so I can fill it with.
Okay, while you do that, I have selected a Mystic Sister card for the evening, and I selected Luna Moth Goddess, and this is the card for everybody to look at, and I will read it to you guys. It says metamorphosis and natural transformation. The Luna goddess, the Luna moth goddess bears witness to unfolding events and symbolizes the need to embrace the moment. The life of the Luna moth is so very brief. Each phase in its metamorphosis is fleeting. Drawing this card reminds you that the only reality is right now, and to find your joy and bliss in every moment you can. This card symbolizes the need to trust in universal serendipity, that you are on the correct course and that every event has perfect timing according to its own nature. I think that's really good for now because I think we don't really, I mean, we have a choice. Everything that happens, we can just go off the deep end or go down a rabbit hole or do all kinds of stuff. But really, I think we just have to, what you say very often is, okay, I'm here, I'm safe, I have a roof over my head, I have food in the refrigerator. Just so it's like, if you're okay in the moment, one moment leads to another moment, leads to another moment, right? And I think that that's the way that we have to navigate through this time because we are at a time when the old is falling away and the new is not quite has not quite developed. A lot of what's going to develop in the mood depends on how we navigate this time. And so I think it's important that even though I think it's good to know what's going on, especially if you're in a place where there's a lot going on, right? Places like California, places like Chicago or New York or Boston, or where there's a lot of activity. Beyond that, though, you can't panic with everything. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you're not gonna be around to see the new Earth.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just want to mention.
Paula,
if I-
look at this.
What's
This
that?
is cool. I was looking at a painting about an hour ago that had a Luna moth.
So
It's the time of the year. There's moth season.
Yes, yes. I just want to say something before we continue. If you hear heavy breathing, it's not me. I have a guest tonight. Duke is here with me tonight. He's hanging out with me for Mystic Sisters. Even though he's not a sister, he's still cool.
And I'm going to rat on you. And she didn't bring treats. So Duke might be crawling on your lap in like half an hour. Or eating the plants.
He's never begged. He's never like bothered me like that. He's so chubby, honestly. I would feel like I was doing him a disservice to give him a treat. So anyway, not my dog, but that's okay.
Yeah, I know. So Mary asks, and hi, and welcome everybody. I didn't even address everybody by name. I took a peek to see what the questions were. And one question from Mary was, how much longer was the atrocities happening before they are stopped? How much longer? And timing questions that she understands is not something that Tarot likes to offer up very often, even with charts and all that other stuff. So how much longer until these atrocities, and we can clump them all together with just our own nation, maybe?
Right. In America, we'll keep it limited. I do want to say astrologically, with Saturn moving backwards. Now Saturn is in Aries, and Aries is quite aggressive in its nature, right? It's like go for it, right? And Saturn, although it is a sign associated with like karma and the rules and all that stuff, still in Aries, we can, and of course Saturn is authority. So this authoritarian sort of like a militaristic energy is moving forward, right? And it's part of an old cycle. It's a part of the cycle. This Saturn Neptune conjunction that we're experiencing now is part of an old cycle that goes all the way back to 1989. So a lot of what we're seeing is the worst, I think, of that kind of energy. Now Saturn's going retrograde either tonight or tomorrow. I
Yeah,
can't
tomorrow,
remember.
I think.
Tomorrow, and then Mercury goes retrograde this week. Mercury's been in Leo, right?
Yeah.
Mercury and Leo can be my way or the highway kind of energy.
Yeah.
Listen to me, I'm the grand poobah.
There
Now
is an
that's going to be
inclusivity to it, for
that's
sure. Yeah.
that's
Oh,
going to be going retrograde, right? So just astrologically, things that have been like bolting forward are suddenly gonna not, and we can kind of see, at least I think with the Trump stuff, is that everything was going like full speed ahead, and then Pam Bondi said, "Oh, there's no Epstein files.
right.
There's no black book. There's no this. There's no that." Right. And I just want to say one other thing. So it's stopping. So things are stopping,
Yeah.
but of course they're still going to be doing the shit. But it's not. I think it's going to feel different, and they're going to start to feel the pushback more.
Yeah.
But I did want to say, remember, and this is not here nor there, and then then we can pull cards. We've been getting the Queen of Pentacles, right? We ask about Trump, we kept getting the Queen of Pentacles, and we get the Queen of Pentacles, and we're like, who's the Queen of Pentacles? You know who might be the Queen of Pentacles? You know who's a Capricorn? Ghislaine Maxwell.
She might be. I see that she's starting to creep up. I'm like, finally, somebody like, what is she? Why is she in prison if there's nothing? Like, you can't clean up your mess. If you're going to crawl through the gutter, you got to cover your tracks, right? None of the tracks are covered. There she is. Maybe she's not in prison anymore. Maybe she's already been pardoned or, deported. Who knows? But yeah, like there were so many holes in this. There's no files that you could drive a truck through them. It's ridiculous.
So what's the first WTF question?
When are the atrocities going to stop? When are we finally going to exhale? Because we've been holding our breaths for too long, right? Just the feeling of relief, this is over. We know what you're thinking, Mary.
The only problem with cards and time is
they're not real generous with that. Yeah, they're not good about that. You want to tell me what you got?
Are you gonna? How many cards are you gonna pick?
I have just one.
Okay.
For timing.
Okay. I picked 3 cards.
Okay.
I got the 9 of Swords, which is cruelty, which is kind of the question, right? When's the cruelty going to end? Then I got the Hermit, which is the 9th card.
9. Okay.
And then I got the 3 of Pentacles, which to me says that the wheels are starting to turn. People are starting to work together to get something done. So I would say September.
Thank you. Okay. So fire represents 1 day. Swords represents 1 week. Cups are a month. And pentacles are a year. They're the winter. They're the long ones. They're right. I got the 8 of Swords. That's 8 weeks. That's September.
Yep.
September-ish, we should have some kind of relief. Something goes our way. We're happy about something, but it'll help dissolve some of this BS we're going through.
Right.
Kind of feeling a couple more months.
Yeah. I think the summer is going, the summer of our discontent, perhaps.
And so Saturn is going to go retrograde. Will it be back will it go forward again in a couple months?
I'll tell no, because it's going to go back into Pisces, right?
Okay, so it's got to
So
go.
I will let you know. Let me take a look.
That's when it goes into Pisces. We'll watch for that kind of thing, right?
Saturn goes into Pisces on September 1st. Goes back into Pisces.
Okay.
And it's in Pisces until oh, sorry.
November.
I just got my no. Actually, November. So Saturn goes back into Pisces on the 1st of September. In November 7th, Uranus, which just went into Gemini a few days ago,
Yes.
right? Goes
Right.
back into Taurus.
Okay.
So the fall is the energy of the fall is we this the summer has been a leap forward
Yeah.
to give us a sense of what the possible scenarios can be, and that then we're going to sort of step back and we're going to do some cleaning house, I think.
Yeah. And Saturn was in Pisces when he was elected. So there might be a story coming up that will give you some relief of what happened when, Saturn was at that last degree of Pisces. Or a couple.
And,
I don't even know
and
how
I'll
far.
tell you, Neptune goes back into Pisces in October. Looks
Okay.
like October 22nd.
Oh, okay.
Neptune goes into Pisces, back into Pisces.
All right.
And then they turn around and go back into Aries January and then February, and then February 20th it makes the conjunction, starting a new phase.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So we have to get our shit together.
Yeah.
Not necessarily our life together, but our mindset. We have to get our mindset together by February next year.
It looks like the fall is going to be active, both in the sky, per the tarot, right? And with, whatever else is going on. I think it's going to be an active time. So we'll see. And the other one was from Alexandra, who said, WTF, there's ICE agents near me in Glendale, California. Are they like harassing patients? Why are they there? Sort of thing. And I think without a doubt, if there's ICE agents by a hospital, number one, that's posturing, because you're not going to pull patients out and you're not going to pull staff out. They're there to scare the people that are core people in the operations of the hospital.
Like the people who clean the rooms, the people who housekeeping, serve the food, right? That kind of stuff.
Make the food, cook the food, all the cleaning, all the laundry, all those things are. So I'm just gonna throw that out before I throw cards down. That if ICE is around there, it's just posturing to intimidate. Come here, I got more for you here. You got to find your thing, buddy. And just because they can cluster a bunch of people together. But oh boy, if I was a supervisor in that hospital, and I don't know, are you there, Alexandra? Was it in Hospital Glendale, right? That's not Valley Presbyterian, is it? I'm asking her, I don't know. I'm just wondering. Yeah, I would be out. I'd grab that white coat and hang that badge up really high. Those guys would be getting they'd have a real problem with me. Especially the staff. You can't operate a hospital without these departments. You can't. Okay. So how many cards did you pull for?
I just picked 5 cards, and I'm trying to understand what this is about. Maybe I'll have you see what your cards say, and then maybe these will make sense to me.
Glendale Memorial, a big hospital. Okay. I think they're targeting probably just specific people. They're absolutely causing chaos. Do you see that they're causing chaos on purpose?
What's the matter, Dookie?
This is your hospital there, honey. People are going to work. They're targeted. They're going to the hospital to work, right? Nine of Cups. They're doing their stuff. They're working.
I wouldn't be surprised. Now,
and then the chaos, the Nine of Wands. The chaos.
Oh, it's okay, Dookie. It's only Mikey.
See?
Yeah, you can grab it. You can take it. Come on in.
And there they are, the ice. Although this is the King of Fire, or I'm sorry, the Nine of Wands. It's causing that messaging, and that might be altering messaging that you're getting on your phone. That's different. And then I get Two of Cups, and I'm going to call this the mirror. The Queen of Cups. So there's intervention that is, these are core people that we need in this hospital kind of thing. We don't need these people here to just show us what they look like, because they don't. They don't.
So, did you pick all your cards? Was that everything? Okay. So I got the Nine of Pentacles, the Prince or the King of Pentacles. So this to me feels like the doctors, the people who make more money, right? And then I get the Knight of Swords, which to me is ice, flying in, being impulsive, right?
Come out.
I get the Queen of Wands. I feel like there's a woman there who's going to put a stop to it. And the Three of Cups. Is that the three? The Three of Cups. So they're going to, if they're looking for people, I feel like the people, like the doctors, the administrators, and those people are going to come out and say, "Get the F away from our hospital."
Yeah.
Right?
There will never be patients at risk. This is not to grab patients. This is not a patient at risk kind of thing, or they're waiting out there because somebody had to go in for a medical check or anything. It's about employees, and I think they're just there to cause the chaos. They're protected.
Yeah, I would say they're protected.
Yeah.
Were there 3 WTF questions we've gotten? Boy, we're getting
those are the 2 I wrote ahead of time. If people can think of more, go ahead and write them in. Absolutely. Somebody said something interesting. Canadian Dippity Doo Donna Sue said Canadian wildfires impact Wisconsin air quality and perhaps Illinois as well. It wasn't too bad. It could be clear, but it wasn't like haze like the Canadian fires have caused in the past. And the waves are kind of pushing in a different direction. So maybe that has something to do with it.
Rosemary says, I'm a Gemini and can usually handle full moons. Okay, but holy cow, this one kicked my butt. Yeah, well, it was an intense full moon. It was an intense full moon, and it was an intense new moon. And the full moon is always a culmination of the energy of the full moon. It's like we got, how many? Look, what is it? It's the 12th, right?
Yeah.
If you think about the first 12 days of June and the amount of trauma that we've been exposed to, it's just mind-blowing. It really is.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Energetically, I'm exhausted. That happens, and the sun will do that. Too much sun will exhaust you. And astrologically, if you even have it represented heavy in your chart, and just being out there, and it does a lot. I can't be in it like I used to. I went for a walk yesterday. I found, actually, it was 7-Eleven free Slurpee day. So we went for free Slurpees and walked down on the lake. I found a new way to get there. I didn't even know was there. That's very close. And it just, walking through the bird sanctuary, trying to stay in the shade because the sun is so brutal, and it feels like it's closer. And you can't, like, you just have to be in the shade. It just sizzles you. It's so intense. Really, really intense.
I didn't get to see the full moon because it rained.
Yeah,
It was raining, and then every day it was very foggy, rainy and foggy here.
The night before, and I did a short video, the night before it was up, that Wednesday night, and it was the same time they had fireworks at Navy Pier to get like the moon, but at the day after it was raining and it was like nothing. There was nothing to see out there. And I felt like that. That's exactly what this new moon is ruled, the full moon was in Capricorn, ruled by Saturn, and it was stationary and it's going retrograde. So it's like you wanted to like, ooh, and then you kind of were set back. I'm curious at, the experiences that people are having that was like, oh my gosh, it kicked my ass. I get it.
Oh no. Mary says Jared Moskowitz and 2 other reps got into the felons Florida concentration camp, and the reports were horrifying. Yeah, I saw the one from New York. Is it Goodman? Or I saw him talking. He went to New York to look, and it's like they're arresting all these people, but they have really no place to put them. They don't feed them. They don't give them like they don't have opportunities to take showers. It's like cattle cars without. It's like train cars. It's real, but instead of train cars, they're in like buildings.
I don't know what.
I mean,
this run a parallel between this and World War II. I did see a little clip. It was a woman. She had like curly hair. I don't know who it was, but I was really just looking, kind of floating in and out, and saw the cage set up and how they're like at Alcatraz. It's a concentration camp. There's nothing that you can sort of spin around that.
Right.
It's going to be horrible. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why it's happening or how we can stop it. But yeah, it's pretty rough.
Yeah, so Bongino is I think threatening to quit because of Bondi.
Oh, we got the WTF Epstein files. You want to pull a card on that?
Sure.
Okay. Yes, I think we're going to see a series of this. We expected this to sort of fall apart, right? And the miscommunication was the one sort of, well, not just the one, but it was a good way to sort of launch. The things that are going to go wrong are with communication, big communication errors. And that's exactly what happened. And that's exactly how it's going to start to fall apart. Now, this guy he's threatening to quit. Quit. Don't just threaten, just leave. Go.
Well, I think he did leave. He left Washington. I don't know if he's come back yet.
Are the Epstein files going to be released? What? And honestly, even if they are, don't get all excited about it. You might see a date and everything else is like redacted. Right? Who's the Queen of Swords?
Well,
Somebody's got a copy.
I think Bondi is a Scorpio, so she wouldn't be the swords.
No, somebody else. This is the Queen of Swords. So somebody's got, they're looking at it. It's available. It didn't go away. Patience, temperance. They need to doctor it up.
Well, the thing about Epstein is, he was in so many different areas. The Queen of Swords could be
Ghislaine.
No, I don't see hers. It could be Tish James, because he was in New York, right? They may have some information.
And temperance. It'll happen. It needs to be doctored up.
Okay.
It needs to be doctored up. Yeah.
All right. I'll tell you what. Oh, what was that? I'm sorry.
Three of Pentacles, eventually.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. I got the first card I get is Victory. This is the Six of Wands, and it's crossed by wealth. So it was the rich people who stopped it. The whatever came down said, no, you can't do it. Underneath it is gain. So I think that they paid for it to disappear. They I would, even though Trump is in the files, right? I think that if he has an opportunity to make a little money on the side from all these other people who have their name in it, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
In the past, we have the five of Pentacles. This is worry. This is worry they're going to lose their standing. In the sky, I get prudence, which is very much like it's a Virgo energy. So it's the apprentice energy. So people there's still people working on it in some way, but it's like small. And then I get, in the immediate future, I get truce. I get truce, peace, the two. So this is like a stalemate. I don't think we're going to learn anytime soon. Like, I think you said that as well.
Yeah.
How it's seen from the outside, the Ace of Swords. So this is the sword of truth. Everybody knows what the truth is. They just don't have, the files aren't open, right? Everybody knows what the truth is.
We all know. We just don't like being lied to.
The domestic situation, the devil.
Oh, the devil. Yep.
The devil. Hopes and fears, the Three of Cups.
Yeah.
The Three of Cups is like a friendship card.
Yeah.
But then the outcome, I get the Prince of Swords, which is the King of Swords. So I think that we're going to get some information, but it's going to be procured.
Yeah.
And it's going to come out like in little sections.
Mm-hmm.
But any big like thing, no.
What deck are you using? Mary and Mary wants to know.
The Toth
deck. Yeah, it's a complicated deck.
It's a complicated deck, and it's really good for jerks, honestly. But those cards weren't really all that bad. So it's just a lot of pentacles. So probably years. It's gonna take years for us to learn.
It might be. But everything is digitized. There isn't anything that can be, chewed up and swallowed and eaten, like last time. So it exists. It's out there. I think that there's copy. There has to be. And somebody has it. And it will someday turn into something like, Sunday night movie. That would be fun.
I want to know if this is going to be the last straw for MAGA. Are they going to turn on him? That's a good question.
I'm going to use this deck again. Let's see if they're going to turn on him. I think they've already sort of are complacent with his whole mental status and physical health that they've already turned on him in a way.
Oh dear.
Got to stop right there. I'll pull as you're going. Okay, go ahead. What's
You
the
want me
first?
to?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh,
I get the Nine of Pentacles. So this is the elite, right? This is the
okay.
elite, the
Yeah,
moneyed elite. What'd you
it's
get?
speakeasy. Only certain people can
Right.
be privileged to go into a speakeasy.
The memo. Okay. Next card,
Yeah.
the Ace of Swords.
Two of Cups. They're sharing a secret.
Mm-hmm.
They're sharing a secret.
And this is the Sword of Truth. And then I only picked 3.
Okay.
The Death card.
Knight of Swords. So somebody's definitely teetering on the edge there. Definitely teetering.
This is also a no. This is a Scorpio card. I want to know. I'm just going to pick. I think is Epstein really dead?
I kind of do that on the side all the time. Cash Peters puts it out there, and boy, oh boy, out come the pendulums and everything.
I got the Two of Cups, which is about some sort of agreement, pact, commitment. The Star, and the Three of Wands. I don't think he's. I don't know. I don't know. I think he's either not dead or in some sort of suspended animation. It always feels like suspended animation to me when I think of him.
So that's kind of what I got. I got Five of Pentacles, so sort of left out, like he's been sort of shoved into the crowd and pushed along, maybe on a boat. And then Five of Cups. Oh, he's dead. He's dead. This could be an act. She's an actress. Seven of Cups, like you said. I see flowers, but I don't see a casket. So I don't know about this seeing the body. We never saw the body. He got I don't know what happened to that, but I had a hard time visualizing that person just because of who he was. So I think there's a story behind the death, obviously, that is Seven of Cups background. Is he dead? I get the Eight of Pentacles. Like I just opened the deck. Eight of Pentacles. Is he dead?
What do you think that means?
This is somebody looking through a telescope. So I think, maybe he's watching from afar. Come here. Juggles. Come here. He's going to start screaming. So that's what I think. In a coma, maybe. Steph says, I don't know.
Linda Bishop says, I saw that Flagstaff, Arizona had a patient pass away from pneumonia plague in the emergency room. Have you talked about this yet? No.
What kind of plague? There was somebody that was labeled plague. Well,
it just says pneumonia and then plague. I don't know.
I would have to look. I do have the AMA. I subscribe to that podcast, and they have a thing out every week, and I didn't hear anything about that. And they would report, because it's a public health report thing, following like measles trends and stuff like that. Bubonic plague. God, I hope not. Did they do something bad at the lab again? Somebody's got a fucking plague. Let's pull just one card on that. Did somebody die of the bubonic plague in a hospital in Florida?
It wasn't Florida. It was Arizona.
Arizona?
It said Arizona, I think. Flagstaff, yeah.
Of all places, that seems weird. I would think someplace that had swamp-like.
Well, I think there's you can get plague from prairie dogs. I don't know if there's prairie dogs in Flagstaff. I know there are prairie dogs in like the high plains, so I imagine that could be you could get it that way.
I got the Four of Cups. Yeah, I don't think it's a story. There might be some kind of plague-like virus or something. I wouldn't worry about it.
It could be some kind of bird flu.
Mm-hmm.
You know. The problem is we don't know. We don't. They're not telling us anything. Everybody's understaffed. I mean, the poor souls in Texas and New Mexico. We had a flood here in Boston.
Yeah,
It flooded out the whole Southeast Expressway.
Yeah.
My husband's like, why are people driving there? I'm like, I think they were just in traffic. And then the rains came, and next thing you know, they're up to their side windows in water.
Do a research for your resources when something like that is really could be catastrophic, or somebody trying to scare you or start a new story to throw you off. But that's not something that you can just like flip through. It should require some research and background check, because that's not So Flower Power says, I saw earlier that bubonic plague is common there. Yes, because of the dogs, I think. So it could be some kind of thing that they get from the dogs.
Oh, here's a question you might want to answer, Mona. What WTF is going on with 47's health? You want to take that?
Couple things. Yeah. I did, when I got a chance to lay down, I pictured, I don't know what sent me there or why, his health. Like, just put him in front of you and see what you see. It was completely dark. Like, there was just from here all the way here, completely dark, like a blank screen. And the rest was suited the way it usually is, leaning forward, right arm a little flaccid. That kind of thing. I'm like, yeah, that's what I've been thinking. I'll just take it. I'll take it for there's nothing going on up there. But yeah, well, WTF is health for sure. I did see something else that I'm definitely going to address, because I just let it come in. I don't ask for anything certain to happen. I just kind of let it float in and see what it's all about, and start to dig in a little deeper. And it was really interesting. What did you get for his health? How many cards you pull?
I picked 5 cards.
Okay.
I got the 2 of Pentacles, which is change in this deck. So there's a change in his health.
Yeah, I got the Alchemist, or number 14, like temperance. Like the guy who was mixing. Pharmacy related.
Then I got the Chariot.
Oh, that's an ambulance. That's an ambulance.
So
He's
change.
got pain.
What'd you get? Oh,
Chest
my goodness.
He got chest pain.
Chest pain. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The 9 of Pentacles again. This keeps coming up. This is a Virgo card. So I think it could be his colon, intestines, his sacral chakra has an issue. Go ahead. What'd you get?
Taking it to an ambulance again, the chariot.
Chariot.
That's an ambulance card. Uh-huh.
Then I got the world, which
Oh,
is the end of something.
this is that same hospital card I pulled for Glendale Hospital.
So he's going to be in the hospital.
He's going to the hospital.
And then the last card I get is the Knight of Pentacles.
And Two of Cups. So they're kind of like standing vigil or whatever. And the Knight of Pentacles is probably the announcement or, what they've got so they can.
I think the Knight of Pentacles is the only knight whose horse is not moving.
Oh.
So I think that he's going to be maybe incommunicado. I don't think he's like mentally incapable. I think he's physically depleted in some way, and he's going to have to take a rest.
That could be that we witness or we get to witness some of his charts, his medical chart, that there might be a release of some kind of document kind of
They
thing.
they haven't released his medical
No,
chart.
girl, I know. It's also bullshit too. Whatever they said was a pile of crap, right? Like you would not write a note like that. No doctor writes a note like that ever. I know it was a pile of shit, but that might be the record of it because it's a pentacle.
I think these cards talk to me about a change happening very quickly.
Yeah.
So his health is if his health is okay now, it's going to switch, and I think he's going to have to be in the hospital for a while.
He's taking the chariot to the hospital.
Yeah.
When? I don't know, but that's a health thing. And then when that happens, we'll be able to do more cards on it and figure out what's going on. But that's all I got for that one.
Well, if we go by the change in the 2, it could be 2 months, right? It could be still September.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would if we could maybe just pull some cards on Vance.
Yeah.
He is.
I know you're like, you've already skipped over the few, like you jumped over the coffin. And like,
well, I mean, if he's incommunicado, Vance is in charge, right? Now, I'm sure even if he's like barely breathing, he's not going to give Vance the presidency, but he may have to still do stuff that, although I don't think Trump does.
If he has a stroke, if he has one of these as a stroke, he's not making decisions for nobody.
He's not making decisions now. He doesn't know what the hell's going on. He didn't know that or so he says that this bill was going to affect Medicare and it's just like he didn't know.
And you're right. Look at Mary says there are eclipses coming in late August, September. We have a set of eclipses around that time, and his charts always act. He was born during an eclipse.
Right.
Noted. September 21st, he said. I know he's just a figurehead and everybody's making decisions for him. We've said this about every president.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, not for Obama.
No, he was badass.
No, Obama was in charge of his, and I think Biden too. But Biden had a lot of people that he knew, and he had been in the government so long. He knew where to pull from.
He put appropriate people in charge. Where this bag of nuts is only warmed his own with people that are willing to
on television.
Exactly.
People who have no
like the weirdest positions, right? Like this, who was the one, that wrestling lady in the Department of Education, as if, not even close to it. Like, what is that teaching our kids is we urge them to go to school and college and all that stuff. It's like, it's not going to matter because you just got to know somebody. It doesn't matter what degree you have or what you've learned. It's a nightmare. It's just such a American Horror Story should have had like a couple episodes of this one up already by now. They should do that. Steve Miller, yes, all those, everything is bad. Yeah, Connie says, I'm a teacher. It's pathetic. We've got cuts in CPS where we can't offer special ed kids food. We are trying not to. My kid was working in after school program last year in the school year, and I don't know if that program is even still available, where people can not come pick up your kid until 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock after school, and they are young. Probably not going to happen there. It's not all federal. I know the state is trying to, keep the programs that are critical and have them stay in put, and we still have a lot of resources in Illinois, so I'm not really worried about it a whole bunch, but there's, it's because of actually where I live right here in the city. I don't live in, Joe Bag of Donuts, Illinois, where it's rural and it's farmers and they need, it's a whole different paradigm I'm living in here. I know, Donuts, I hear you. I don't know how. You can be like this. Pneumonic plague, says Janice L., evidently carried by animals and fleas in southwest areas. Very interesting facts on Google. Read before you jump to conclusions, statistics, and good facts, not hysteria. Pneumonic plague, not bubonic plague. The Southwest has always had a weird virus. When I worked in Arizona, I was a traveling nurse, and there was the wintertime, and there was a fungal spore thing that caused pneumonia that came from like the plants, like the dried plants that were blowing in the air after a storm. That's why dust storms are so critical that you have a mask or you stay out of a dust storm, because it's not just you inhale that stuff and you can have dust fever, red dust fever. Yeah. So, yeah. Probably somebody did. A lot of us are running around not real healthy right now and have comorbidities and stuff, and something that seems simple can make you very, very sick. And fleas carry this stuff. Do you hear that, buddy? Fleas can carry that. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. So I have to say that during meditation time, I'm trying to use more sound and binaural beats and auditory stuff so that the ringing can get diverted. Also, this whole, Uranus and Gemini and everything seems to be more in the breath work, sound vibration thing that is helpful. I saw a bunch of girls, like young girls, all had the same hair, like blonde hair, and they were walking like all together, and they all had on these little yellow and orange safety vests, and they were all walking down this road, and I'm like, okay, that's weird. And one of them turned back and looked and then kept going. And I'm like, oh my God, they're safe. They're safe. They're safe. And even if this like horrible, horrible, tragic thing happened in Texas with the flooding and everything else, I know they're safe. I believe that because I saw that. I really, really do.
I'm going to pull some cards on what's his face?
JD. Just look at him.
He said something about the most important thing with the bill was ice. The what are you calling of ice?
Funding it or creating a bigger profile for them. They pulled critical data and gave it to ICE.
Oh boy. And we begin.
What kind of cards on JD? Did you have a specific or just a general?
I just want a general sense. Oh, okay.
Got you. Okay.
Oh.
I do still feel like he's got a like a pinched nerve for one, or maybe it's just giblets doing it. He is an opportunist, so he will run to the carrot that's dangling, right? That makes
you better watch out running things that are dangling, but you know.
So just a general on him. All right, let's see what we get. Huh. What'd you pull? Where's your story? Where's it going?
Okay, so it starts with death, crossed by the Hierophant. So this could be, you know, what did you get?
I got 9 of Cups.
So he's wishing for somebody dead, you think?
That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. Okay. Jeb, come here. Come here, buddy. It's right here. And my cross card was 8 of Swords. So, yeah. His hands are tied. His hands are tied, huh?
What do you have at the bottom?
At the bottom, the Queen of Swords.
The Queen of Swords, to me, comes up as the Queen of Swords very often is Kamala.
She should be. Libra, I know.
Right? I have the 2 of Pentacles. There's that 2 of Pentacles again. So this is him trying to keep his balance despite all the tumultuousness, right? In the past, you got a past?
Temperance.
Temperance is kind of like walking the straight and narrow. I get the 2 of Cups. So there was some agreement.
Yep.
Past. What'd you get in the sky?
Judgment. Ooh. Nobody likes you.
Honestly, I don't think that he's, even if something does happen to Trump, I don't think he's going to
be horrible. He's going to be, look at, even the sisters don't like him. That's tough. That's rough.
Over the next month, I get the Ace of Pentacles.
3 of Pentacles.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
and something.
Yeah, I think this is probably teal, right? The dark money, that kind of thing. They're working something out here.
Okay.
How it seemed from the outside, I get the 4 of Wands is some sort of celebration.
4 of Pentacles.
So 2 4s. I think he's, I don't know.
The house. 4s. The big house.
The big house. The White House? The White House, maybe? Okay. His domestic situation, waiting for his ship to come in. 3 of Wands.
I think they're in counseling.
King of Swords. Him and his wife, you mean?
Yeah, domestic. Yeah.
Hopes and fears. The Knight of Swords.
Very defensive, yeah?
Well, I think he's afraid that...
Super defensive.
That, people don't like him who like Trump don't like him. I think he's afraid of Trump's people, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Wow. Well,
And the outcome, I got the Eight of Wands.
I get the Empress, but do you see all the wands she's holding? That's the Empress.
So some things are going to happen very quickly, and information's going to come in very quickly.
Is that a Sag card? Or
Yes.
okay.
And then underneath, I get trying to get away with something. The seven of swords. Sorry. The Four of Pentacles, trying to hold on to something. And then the Page of Swords, which seems to me like a whistleblower.
There's a marriage. There's something going on. There is a whistleblower. And this is speakeasy. Something is a secret. They're keeping something a secret. I think there was a marriage issue going on. Two of Wands is on top of that.
Yeah.
Something is like not, she's not safe, feeling this is not going to be. It's taken over his whole persona. That's not somebody who's like fun to be around. Okay. Because all that work, all that like mashed potato brains just spills over into home. And they're not having a good home right now. Giblets, I will get your, okay, I got you.
I got a lot of wands, and wands are aspirational. So I think his aspirations are taking over his life, but it doesn't necessarily mean he's going to get what he wants.
Right.
I think, yeah, this Page of Swords could be his wife, even, because the pages are the females, right? They're the princesses.
Yeah.
I don't know what sign she is.
I don't either.
Good
for her. Let me get Jeb, and he'll make us a little cameo here.
Vance's date of birth. I don't think I said her name right. Oh, Lisa Vance. Nope. Okay, what's her name?
Monster.
Who is J.D. Vance's wife? I know who it is. I can't think of her. Usha. Okay.
According to en.wikipedia.org, Usha Vance.
Usha
Bala Chilukuri Vance, née Chilukuri, born January 6, 1986, is an American lawyer.
January
Second Lady of
6th.
the United States.
You know,
she's
a Capricorn.
Yeah.
She's also the Queen of Pentacles.
Yeah. She might be the first lady, sort of, but there's some issue there for sure.
I don't really know her or know that much about her, but I bet you she'd be a better president than him.
Yeah, I think so too. Right, buddy?
And that would be funny. We still get a what is that? An Indian, right? Like Kamala was half Indian, and she's whole Indian. And Mandani in New York is Indian.
That's really interesting.
Right?
That's really, really interesting. He's crying like he didn't just eat like 2 bowls of food. Look at him trying so he can scream at me. I got you, buddy. And it's after 7, so I think we're going to wrap it up for tonight. And thank you guys so much. And I hope it was fun. And it was an interesting week with the full moon and everything. And next week's going to be just as fun.
July and August are going to be tough. They're going to be tough months. So just, take in what you need to take in to feel informed. But if you're not informed of everything, it's okay.
Yeah.
Because this part of the story is about the breaking down, and we have to let the breakdown happen. We're going to have a golden opportunity to bring it all back up in a better truer way than it ever has been.
Yeah.
How long that's going to take, I think, is going to depend on whether we let go and let go and let spirit, really.
It's a test. I will not let them break me every time I hear some salacious story or read a headline that's like, oh, not again. You know, yikes. Like you said, yikes. Do I need to jump into this one? I try not to because I can. I can smell what's going on in the room. I can tell you who's wearing deodorant and who's not. I don't want to get my head involved in that. So stay away when you can.
I want to just point something out. We started with a siren and we're ending with a siren.
Oh, what's going on out there? I have to say, I always look, but I haven't seen anything other than the usual, you know, somebody's in the drink, a boat or something, and people doing stupid fireworks shit in the air.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us on this beautiful evening. We'll see you again next week on next week. I have to change it to Friday.
Okay.
So Mystic Sisters next week will be Friday evening. I'm going to be at a graduation, getting finished with your residency party and a wedding engagement party. It's like one big party in New Jersey. So Michael and I are going to be traveling down to New Jersey on next Saturday. So okay. I'm looking forward to that. But we'll be on Friday night.
All right, guys. Thank you so very much. Have a safe weekend. Have a good week. Keep cool. If it's hot, keep dry. If it's raining, keep warm if it's cold.
Stay safe.
Love you. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.